we will look back on our career and this will be the most talked about topic all time. And it probably should be. You know, it's especially when you move weight loss beyond just vanity metrics, but more in obesogenic metabolic disease, fueling the flames of diabetes, heart disease, cancer. So we feel like it's worth giving our thoughts on this so important topic once a year. And so I think we start this by saying not much has changed in our world.
Right.
You know, we kind of, if anything has changed, I would say that our conviction is deeper and our thinking is clearer on this topic. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah. When I look back at our journey through the science and the truth, I guess is the word I would use, because there's a lot of mistruth out there about weight loss, nutrition, exercise, how they all relate. I think the biggest thing that you and I have come to realize and adopt in our practice and with our members is the idea that eating less and exercising more is really not the answer. And it's the standard answer that's given in a lot of quote unquote traditional primary care practices, because that's all they know really how to do and all the advice they know how to give. It doesn't work for everybody. And this is more, as you and I have come to realize in doing the research, is it's a biochemistry issue, you know?
No question.
Insulin comes into play, blood sugar comes into play. And as we've talked about on other podcasts before, it's not really, it is what you eat, but it's also when is more important. So I love that we look at this from, we're constantly kind of reevaluating the science behind this.
Yeah, I think so much of the word diet conjures, for me, a religiosity.
Yeah, it's very indoctrinated.
Yeah, it's like, this is my religion. And I just feel like as we have navigated this together as professional partners, probably a decade on this topic, there's this settling and peace and clarity that has come over. And as we've further and further stripped away the religion around diet and really got into what does the science say, and it's in stark contrast really to the universal advice for weight loss, which is eat less, exercise more.
Yeah.
To be clear, most people who need to lose significant amount of weight and maintain it long term will eat less and exercise more. But that can't be the advice as it's that simple. It implies, or actually it is rooted in this idea that all calories are created equal, which it's not for this conversation. We've done plenty of talks on nutritional biochemistry, but look, that implies that this is a math problem. It's just calories in, calories out, and that's just nutritional heresy.
Yeah.
It's nonsensical. There is math involved in this equation, but this is a biochemistry problem. This is a neurohormonal. Yes, calories are in that equation, and calories do matter, but they are not the grail.
Right.
They are not the North Star. They are not the focal point. They may and often are a lever that you pull on, but this is far more, you want to break the shackles of struggles with weight, you optimize your hormones. This is a hormonal problem, namely insulin resistance, which fuels the fat cell to want to grow. When I remember one time somebody asked me like, hey doc, do you have a diet? And I'm like, well, of course I do. Like a giraffe has a diet. Like everybody has a diet. But I don't diet. I eat to support a lifestyle that is optimal for me. And again, from a totally non-religious standpoint, I eat in a way that is aligned with my goals. And for you and I, as we have just explored this concept, we have landed firmly on this concept of a fasted lifestyle. And for all of documented human history, for all of humandom, prior to 1900 for sure, you didn't have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because less than 5% of the world was overweight or obese.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the only people who were the highly affluent, the royalty.
Mm-hmm.
This is only a 1900s problem, and it really became a problem in 1950 with mass agriculture hitting scale. And getting people obsessed about calorie counting is a really, really great way to sell boxed carbohydrates that are low calorie.
Right.
Meanwhile, fueling the flames of obesity and metabolic disease. And we're still, to this day, preaching from the pulpit of calories. And it saddens me.
Yeah.
But what we believe is that what you eat is absolutely mission critical. You know, the source of your calories, the types of calories that you're eating, where are you sourcing these things? But the thing that we have been firmly on now for a while is that when you eat, we believe is more important than what you eat. Not by like a landslide, but like in pecking order. There's been a shift at the top.
Yeah.
We just believe that the more time you can spend in a 24-hour window not consuming any calories, the better off you will be in your health journey. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I think when we meet with our members and we teach them this way, it is difficult in the beginning until they get adapted to that. But you and I both know, having done this and adopted it now, it becomes easier over time. You see results quickly, you gain momentum. You want to just keep doing the thing that produced the results, and it's just worth it, and you feel better. The end result is awesome.
Yeah, we've been able to document pretty clearly predictable second and third order consequences from a fasted lifestyle, like decision fatigue.
Yep.
Like demystify. Like there's all of these things that are extra benefits. But in terms of weight loss, which this is really the focus point of this piece of content, it really should be the underpinning of any strategic approach to a life of a controlled weight, a healthy relationship with food. It should start with not what, because there's too much religion around what, but get very clear on when is the best time for you to eat. And for most people, a 12 to 18 hour everyday window makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
And some people, 12 is all they need, 12 is all they can tolerate. But that's a huge shift from, grabbing a snack at 11 before you go to bed and up at 5 stuffing your face and eating all through the day and snacking. And it covers the multitude of sins when you stop consuming a lot of calories.
Yeah.
By not eating that often. So I think the main take-home point here is that weight loss still matters. It is probably, arguably, the most common conversation we have. So our time in residence in this topic is really countless hours, countless thousands of conversations. We believe it matters. And we believe that the single greatest move most people could make is adopting a fasted lifestyle and figuring out what that means for them as a unique individual.
Yes.